Today's topic is actually quite interesting to me because I didn't actually know it even existed. So we're looking at mild autism and how to support our children in our classroom. So I realized that there were different spectrums of autism, and I've talked about that, but I didn't realize it was mild autism, because when they're really young, if they receive the right amount of support, the right kinds of support, they're actually able to function later on in life without almost anyone even knowing that they have autism. Super cool, right? So we are going to look at how we can support our kids in our classroom so that they are able to go through this as well. So let's do this. So first of all, we're going to look at the symptoms. So some of the symptoms are where our kids struggle in social situations. They might have difficulty with just changes in general, so even minor changes might be a difficulty for them. You might have kids who are struggling to move their attention, so they might be hyper focused on one thing, so moving them to a different task might be a little bit of a task itself. Get it? Task and task. Anyways, I've also talked about 4 other symptoms that you want to look out for, and it's on my blog post, and I'll link to that in the description. For right now, we're going to get right into the strategies that we're going to be using in our class. So the first one is called emotional engagement. So children struggle with autism, and actually children in general, lots of them struggle with understanding, reading, and just engaging with emotions. How does it look like on a child, on another person? What does it mean to another person? So what I like to do in my class is have a variety of sessions, not just one, but multiple sessions about how do we understand emotions. So what you're going to do is, I've got a couple of different resources. Choose the one that works best for you and your class, and then download that. What you'll do next is find the section that talks about emotions, because there's an actual segment on just emotions. You're going to use that to have it as a visual cue for your children. They're going to see what the emotion looks like, because it's very important for them to just see it first. Then you're going to have them actually do it. So if it says sad, what does a sad face look like? They're actually going to show you what that sad face looks like. Then you're going to have them, because it's internalized, have them now do it as a class and look around the class to see what other people's sad face looks like, because not everyone's going to have the same kind of expression. Then we actually discuss as a class what are the similarities and what are the differences between each of us in our classroom. Because if you have, say, 30 different children in your classroom, you've got 30 expressions there. Well, maybe not completely 30 different expressions, but there might be like a slight twinge to a child's face and the other one doesn't have it. So that's what we're going to look at. So we talk about that and we do it over and over again so that it starts to internalize. That's one of them. The second thing we do is timely transitions. And I wish I had this here with me because I have it in my classroom. Not only do I use a visual schedule so that the children actually see what they're going to do, but I actually discuss it in advance so the kids know what topic comes before the next, and they see the transition. Besides that, I also use a timer. So they know that, oh, today we have 10 minutes, say, to work on one topic, or half an hour to work on a specific topic. And I will actually turn the timer on for, say, 30 minutes, and they see this happening as the timer goes off. They know how much time they have. If you don't have access to a smaller timer, you can use one on, say, a whiteboard or something so that they can see it there. But you want to have a visual timer that they can see and they understand. Sorry, that's my husband coughing if you can hear that. The next thing you want to do is also remind them when it's getting closer to the time. Remind them, oh hey, we've got about 5 minutes left, 3 minutes left, 1 minute left, 30 seconds left. I know it may seem like it's irritating, but they actually need to be able to hear and see that they have, so that they can transition from one to the next. Okay. Now the third thing is intriguing interest. So you want to be able to bring in what they're interested in so that they're actually focused on the topic. Because if I were to talk to them about, say, Renaissance period, and they're not interested in the Renaissance, well, how do I keep their interest in Renaissance? Are they interested in costumes? Are they interested in specific vehicles? We can talk about the vehicles used in the Renaissance time period. But bring in that interest so that you're keeping them engaged and focused. And the fourth one is constant conversations. So here, children have difficulty conversing with each other and therefore making friends and maintaining those friendships. So what I do is I have a little segment in my class called Make a Friend. And for this, they learn how to talk to each other and they learn how to read body cues as well. I also give them the prompts in advance. So I tell them what topics we're going to talk about, or what specific questions we're going to talk about that day, what they're going to talk to each other. And then I start to back away a bit as I see that they're starting to get the hang of it and they're starting to understand how to do that. This not only helps them with building and maintaining those friendships, but in your classroom, you'll start to see them making those new friends. So that is another benefit to having this segment in your class. All right. So we've now talked about, we're going to recap really quickly. We've talked about what mild autism looks like, the symptoms. We've looked at 4 different ways that you can help your students in your classroom. One of them being emotional engagement. The second is timely transitions. The third is intriguing interest. And the fourth is constant conversations. All right. If you have any questions, thank you so much for joining me. Please feel free to send me a message. In the meantime, remember to create, experience, and teach from the heart. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.